You don't live in a vacuum. As the world progresses, as you see a lot of changes in the global economy, you want to be aware of what is going. As you've noticed so far, we are in the midst of a big inflation. It's global. It's not only here that prices are skyrocketing in the market. It's all over the world. Things are becoming more expensive. You go to the grocery store and you spend less, you spend more for less. You have to be careful. You have to understand what's going on. And in addition of that, we're in the midst of inflation. We're also in the midst of a similar geopolitical issue with Ukraine and Russia and everything else. You want to be aware of that because everything affects everything else. Your investment decision will also be impacted by what is happening in the global economy. The geopolitical agenda brings together various strategic, geostrategic, secret services, and all of the financial gurus. You have the war. Every time that there's a war, there's an industry called like to selling the weapons. There are banks. Everything is affected. That's why it also affects the stock market. It also affects cryptocurrency. You want to be aware of what's happening. You want to know how to position yourself in this mist. This is a very interesting, this is a very exciting time. My personal approach to this is that if I don't understand something, I don't get involved into it. If I don't know what's going on, I find out first what is going on and how I can position myself in a way or another because I'm before making any move in any direction. Because the state of the market, the state of the world, of the international affects the market. The European market is affected, the American market is affected, Asian market is affected, and cryptocurrency is affected as well. No investment is outside of this current. Not only inflation is at stake, but we also have the geopolitical issues that are going on in the Middle East, in Europe, and you also have the American with Russia deciding to invade territory or deciding to make geopolitical decisions. This have impact on the market. You have banks that have come out and state their position. You have Goldman Sachs that position themselves based on that. You have stocks that are dropping. If you're more long-term investors, this is normal happening, but this is not a good time for short-term investors. So you want to be careful. You want to know what you're doing. So if it's safest to just watch and keep watching what is happening until I have a more normal trend and then go into there. For people that are trading stocks, one rule of thumb is that you look at when it's low and you buy expecting that it's going high. So you define a zone into like a range of when the stock is going to get to your level before you make a price action. Sometimes your level is going to be passed. You're not going to make it to the next level. You are going to lose if you don't watch it, if you don't watch your investment close enough. So this is just a call to be careful and make sure you watch and understand what is happening, what is currently happening in the world.